Hey you guys, my name is Rashad Murphy, and as most of you know, I created this channel to help people increase their financial literacy. And if you know me currently, you know I work as an ABA therapist who's currently on the journey of retiring early through investing and real estate. And well, me just being me, everything that I was learning, I just felt compelled to tell people because of how valuable I actually thought this information was. And as I started learning things, I realized how amazing this stuff would have been if I just knew it even last year. And even if you don't want to retire early, most people want to be financially stable or financially free, or just want to have enough money to buy things when they want them. And if you're interested in learning things like how to make your money make you more money, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you appreciate the content, give the video a like and share it with one of your friends. With everything going on in this world with this pandemic and unemployment numbers increasing by 44 million people each week, social distancing changing the way that businesses operate. Well, what better time to learn how to protect your money than during a global pandemic? With crazy things happening like scientists discovering parallel universes that move backward, while people are endangering themselves to feed their families, with the government giving out stimulus and refund checks to college students through the CARES Act, and some people not even seeing any of that money, and other people making more money on unemployment than those who are actually working. Now there's a lot of people out there with a little bit of extra money that they want to invest. So what I wanted to do was create an educational video that wasn't super boring. And with all that being said, I felt like this channel should be like any good asset and appreciate. What I wanted to do was make sure that these videos remain relevant, even 10 years later when we're not suffering through a global pandemic. So today I want to talk to you about 4 concepts that you should always remember during your financial journey. Quite frankly, no matter when you watch this video, this information should still be relevant. So feel free to save it and come back to it if you ever need to use it again. And we're going to start with probably one of the most important things when it comes to investing, and that's always think about investing for the long term. And I think it's safe to say that we've all been to school before. No matter what your level of education is, I think it's safe to say that majority of people have spent their younger years going through some form of higher education. And the reason I bring this up is because everyone in life has tried to do something that they've never done before, such as learn math, learn how to read, or even talk. And during this time, you had ups and downs, and you kept trying no matter how many times you failed until you succeeded. When it comes to investing, no matter what chart you're looking at or what you're trying to do, there will always be ups and downs. And whenever anyone invests, they generally invest because they have a goal. And whenever you're working to accomplish a goal, you realize that it actually takes a little bit of effort. Then you realize that nothing in life comes easy. And if it was easy, then it probably wasn't worth having it to begin with. And no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, you actually could just use a little bit more money to buy other things that you want. Whether that's self-care through the form of massage or just buying a new car or going on a vacation, or even that time that you get baby fever and decide that you can actually just go have a baby because you're financially ready. No matter what the circumstance is, we've all been in that position where we feel like if we just had a little bit more money, we can get what we want. With always wanting things being on the forefront of our mind, the moment we hear about the next big thing or the get rich quick, generally speaking, a lot of us will be tempted to try it. In reality, investing takes time and it requires you to do a little bit of work on the front end. Yes, there's passive income involved, but it actually takes time to create that and make it sustainable. Always remember that true investing will never be something that you just jump into and flip your money immediately and walk out with millions or even thousands of dollars. And if you simply remember that there's no such thing as an investment strategy out there that will make you so much money so quickly that you can just quit your daily life and just go sip pina coladas in the Maldives, then you'll be okay. All investing takes time, and everyone's results will differ. So when it comes to investing in something like the stock market, anytime you buy a company, you should be thinking about how well this company will be doing in the next 20 years. And if you don't know anything about the company, don't rush to buy it. Take your time and do a little bit of research and see how this company makes money. If you invest in it and have no idea how they make money, the moment this company starts to lose money and that stock price starts to drop, you might panic and sell and be out of luck for your investment. Because we've all seen things like how well Bitcoin did when it was the next big thing. And things like the way Bitcoin performed is how bubbles usually form. A bubble is anytime a commodity is so big, let's say real estate, that everyone sees that it's trending and it's the next big thing. So they funnel all of their assets into this commodity because it's too big to fail. Some of the more recent ones that you may either know about or come across are the dot-com bubble of 2000 or the real estate crash in 2008. And speaking of bubbles, this actually brings me to the second point, which is never invest in anything you don't understand. A great way to treat investing when you're just starting out is like learning a new language. And when you're learning a new language and you don't know what's being said, you usually go and look it up. So whenever you're brought a new investment, do a little bit of research and see if you understand this and if it works for you. There are a lot of internet gurus out there that will try to convince you that they can help help you get rich quick. And they'll try to sell you on the idea of investing, even though in reality, investing isn't for everyone. And that's not saying you're incapable of, but some people will just be happier in their careers and doing something meaningful and impacting people's lives. Now, this usually comes about with someone DMing you on social media, telling you how you can make money from your phone. And then they explain to you about how they have all these tools and ways to help you. And there are all these gurus and people in their group that know exactly what they're doing, and they make millions and millions of dollars trading Forex. And the person will tell you that they don't necessarily know what they're doing, but their mentor knows what they're doing because their mentor has an Audi i8 and takes a bunch of pictures in the Maldives. And as it stands, you were just thinking that you wanted more money because you're tired of buying the 4 for Wendy's. And then you join this group and realize that the focus is more on recruitment than you actually making money trading. And that's referred to as something called multi-tier marketing. And it oftentimes gets confused with pyramid schemes because of how it operates, but I'll make a video explaining the differences between the two. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't do it or it's not worth your time. I'm just saying to do your own research. And if you have a fear of missing out because you couldn't take the time and actually learn before you spend money, then it probably isn't a good investment for you anyway. And doing research is super important when you're just starting out investing. And speaking of starting from the beginning, the third thing that I wanted to discuss is you're not trying to invent the wheel. Anytime that you say that you want to be successful, you think of someone who's already done it. That doesn't mean I'm saying following someone else's footsteps. I'm just saying that investing and becoming a millionaire or being a CEO isn't something that just came out yesterday. In reality, everyone can achieve financial freedom. They just have to follow a certain blueprint. And even if you're born talented and become a musician or an athlete, you still have to follow a blueprint to get to the league or into the industry. And if you think about anyone who's been successful, they all talk about their mentors and who they looked up to on their way of getting there. And even if you're something like a first-generation college student and it takes you 5 years to get your bachelor's, at least you did it. Even though it's probably really difficult because you didn't have much support coming from home, if you just focus on surrounding yourself with like-minded people, like other people who are trying to graduate, then you will find success. And in reality, there's plenty of systems out there for people to be successful because every wealthy person in this world saw a need and decided to fill it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with the fourth and final point. And that's simply always remember to enjoy your journey. When you start investing, you have to always remember that this is a long-term game. And when you start investing, you're not going to see immediate profit, but you will slowly see your money grow. And during that time, you don't want to be miserable. You want to be able to enjoy yourself. And when you become a little bit more financially conscious, you will start sacrificing a few things and cutting a lot of things out of your budget. And you have to take into consideration when you're investing in your own education, finance, and mental health, it takes time for all of that to develop and come together. So when times get hard, this is something that you want to make sure that you want to do and that you have a passion for to keep you going. Because if you think about it with anything you do, the moment something becomes an inconvenience, you're ready to quit. And when it comes to investing, there's going to be a lot of inconveniences. When it comes to getting an education, no matter what form it comes in, you should always enjoy it. If you're going to be using it for the rest of your life, why should you be miserable during the time that you're learning it? Always remember to apply what you're learning, because even if you fail a few times at the beginning, compound interest and time are always on your side the sooner you start. So whatever your goals are in life, don't rush and just remember to trust the process because it'll all work out long term. And I just want to thank everyone for watching, and be sure to remember those 4 concepts because those are going to help you throughout your entire financial journey. Until the next video, when we come back to help you manage your money.